Hey everybody, welcome back to this Friday edition of The Loop. Today we're going to be discussing Daniel chapters 7 through 12. As I told you on Monday, Daniel is an Old Testament prophet. That means that Daniel was used by God to talk to people about the immediate future as well as the distant future. In Daniel chapters 7 through 12, there are all kinds of visions and dreams that seem to take place in the distant future. Some people believe that these events came to fruition well before the time of Jesus. Some people believe these events took place shortly after the time of Jesus. And some people believe these events will take place at the very end of the world. I want to propose a fourth option. There are some scholars who believe that Daniel chapters 7 through 12 contains both a pattern and a promise. The pattern is that people in various cultures become violent like animals. In their pride, they start to redefine what is right and wrong, and as a result, their nation falls. Do we see that pattern with nations before the time of Jesus? Yes. Did we see that pattern shortly after the time of Jesus, with the Roman Empire specifically? Yes. Will we see that pattern again at the end of the world? The answer is yes. And because of that, it is entirely possible that this prophecy is not about a specific nation, but is instead a pattern that we see among all the nations. But I want to point out that there's not just a pattern in these chapters, there's also a promise. In Daniel chapter 12, verses 1 and 2, we read this: "At that time, Michael, the great prince who protects your people, will arise. There will be a time of distress such as has not happened from the beginning of nations until then. But at that time, your people, everyone whose name is found written in the book, they will be delivered." The promise is that God will defeat the violent beast. He will rescue his people. He will protect his people, and he will bring his kingdom to all who call him king. So what do we do with that? I would tell you, avoid the pattern and cling to the promise. The promise is given to all who call on the name Jesus. He is the King of all kings, and at his name every knee will bow and every tongue will confess that Jesus Christ is Lord.